What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games, and I'm coming at you with another cool live stream today, and we're back in Planet Coaster. It's been a couple days since I've been back, so that's okay. We're just getting back into the swing of things, and I know just haven't been around, so that's okay. But we're gonna be doing a little bit more of Silver Dollar City, because why not? Because I love Silver Dollar City, and I still have a lot of stuff to do that I can do and everything like that. Cool news is for Time Traveler is that a lot of the theming stuff is starting to arrive. There's a lot of clocks, and I will put that out there. That's about it so far. New goggles. Yeah, I got the new goggles not too long ago, and a haircut, by the way. So I got the new goggles. Pretty cool. I also put some more gears. I also put this clock with the gears on it. Pretty neat, I think. I love that. Like, I thought it was a really creative idea. Put a couple more gears on the hat. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, I didn't want to do too many to make it too much over the top, but enough to where it's kind of cool. Time Traveler have gift shop and merch. Yes, I actually got to go into the shop for the first time today. There's no merch in there yet, but the building's pretty cool, for sure. It's not very big, though. It's kind of smaller, but that's okay. So the first thing I did kind of want to do is actually adjust this. I'm going to adjust this last section of the ride. I know I already tried to do this, but I actually have a bit of an inaccuracy here, believe it or not. I'm going to do this, and there's actually more of a straight section, and this is actually a regular track here. Believe it or not, it's regular track. Like in the haircut. Thank you. I try. Alright, and then there's just a couple of drive tires here. A couple of straight drive tires about right here, and then we have another turn here, and this is actually not very completely symmetrical. It's actually just in the slightest angled off that way, surprisingly enough, you know. Alright, and then we have the brake run, so now we'll hit the magnetic brakes, and this actually we'll actually make this a block section as well, so I'm going to make this a block section because it can actually stop at this point on the ride. Can I raise that up, actually? I can't. Usually block sections you can't raise them up, so. And this, of course, is just very slightly angled. I'm going to create a quick block section here. Excuse me. Alright. One section, and then we'll have the magnetic brakes across here. So, yeah. And we're gonna try and thinking about redoing this last overturn here. Hey, what's up, Will? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing fantastic, by the way, this fine evening. So we're just gonna adjust the layout a little bit here. But having a good day so far. Ooh, do I have a picture of this? Don't know if I got a picture of this last turnaround. I could easily get one, but I don't think I ever took a picture of it. Which is okay, I guess. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how far out the brake run goes, I guess. I feel like I probably could have angled that just a little bit more. Because what I'm going to need to actually do is make this building just a little bit more wide. A little bit wider so I can actually properly build these stairs going down. And still have everything there. So I can actually keep the maintenance area. Well, I can keep the maintenance area without being there. I can kind of disguise it. So that way we can still have that down there. It might work. I think it will work, but we'll see. Another interesting part is going to be getting the inside of that building. I think it's roughly, anyways, this piece is roughly about right here, and then we go back into our big enough offset. It is offset here. I'm gonna try and get this as accurate as possible. I'm gonna try anyways, of course. But we're just gonna go in here and get this turn as best as we can. I don't want to make this launch section any shorter. In fact, it would be better if I made it longer. Alright, so I'm going to straighten that out for a second. Actually, hold on real quick. I got a good picture of this turn, actually, as my background of my, it's actually my wallpaper. It's actually my desktop background. This turn, actually. And the animated piece of it. Because it actually has this, it's actually kind of angled in a weird way, if that makes any sense. It's kind of angled, coming in from an angle like this. Actually, kind of like so. There we go. Break my clocks or anything. I have so much stuff. Ah! These actually magnify, by the way. These little magnifiers are actually real. They actually work, which is actually really, really neat. But, yeah. I apologize for kind of being a little inactive lately. The last couple days. I've been getting a couple videos on YouTube, but that's about it. Didn't post anything yesterday, unfortunately, which kind of sucked, but it's how life works sometimes, you know. Unfortunately. Sometimes that's how it works. Alright, I gotta line this up. Good luck. Is it beyond? Yeah, it's a beyond 90-degree turn, so I should probably start banking it more and more. You're gonna use some shorter pieces here to help me out. I'd say it's definitely probably a little over 100-degree bank turn. Not an inversion in any way, but see how this turns out. Actually, I kind of want to see if I can't just squeeze in another launch section to make these, because this one was a little bit, ended up being a little shorter than I wanted. I'm just going to try and do this as best I can. Alright, we'll see how this smooths out. I'll be a little careful here. Want the smooth tool to ruin anything here. And we'll go for a ride, test ride, to see how it kind of turns out as well. So, sweet, sweet, sweet. Well, I hope everyone's having a marvelous day. I've had a pretty decent day. I didn't do much at work today. I was actually getting retrained at Outlaw Run the last 2 days, so I'll still be able to work over there if need be. I'm probably not gonna be over there like at all, but if it ever comes up, I might be over there sometimes. I feel like this incline is just a little steep. It actually doesn't look too bad. I feel like there's some part of it that's kind of, I don't know. Like, it seems right, but there's something about it. I think that actually looks pretty decent right there. Maybe I didn't get tall enough? I did kind of make that a little small. I don't know. Maybe this should have went up a little bit higher. I wish. I did want to adjust that though. I mean, that seems a little bit... seems right. That seems right, but is it right? Okay. Well, I hope it's right. Let's take a look at a front seat POV. Bumper. Still pretty proud of that dive loop. Like, it's pretty good. Of course, it actually does stop right at this launch, but first ride it doesn't. The way I got it set up at the moment. Mainly just kind of want to check that last part to see how it turned out. I might readjust the 0G roll here too a little bit, make it look a little better as well. We got the second launch, let's see if it even makes it. Which it should, because I think it's even smaller. Ooh, that's nice and smooth. That's pretty good. I think it's even better than the last one that we had, and then of course I had to fix that part a little bit there, because there is a little straight section there. And then you have the unload station. But I did want to work possibly a little bit in the queue line, just because I do know how the queue is going to be laid out. I don't know a lot of the theming elements, but I do know how the queue is going to be laid out. We're currently working on finishing up the station right now, so we haven't been running the ride in a little while, but unfortunately. It's looking pretty good though. Yeah, I'm going to try and improve the layout more and more each time, so each time we kind of go along. Okay, as for this, I'm going to go in and edit the building. Oops. I have to go in and maybe be able to select these. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna make this. Again, I'm gonna disguise it a little bit as best as I can. Since the side of the station's a little bit bigger than the actual thing, and that's kind of what's throwing this proportion off a little bit, unfortunately. And then these stairs are not steep enough either, so... Well, actually, yeah, never mind. Because the stairs are actually about right here, so we're a little bit further over than what we need to be. And that's what's kind of caused this proportion issue. Get this grid here. Hopefully I can grab it. Oh gosh. Come on. It's gonna be a little bit of a butthead. I can already tell. Since it doesn't want to select what my mouse is hovering over. I just placed these, but I'm gonna delete them real quick to see if I can't. Can't get a hold of it now. We'll do walls last. Come on now. Can't figure out why I can't select that. Okay, you. I just get a selection of the grid, because it's letting me do, it's like selecting everything but the pathway, which, you know, oh, there we go. It didn't want to make any logical sense, because, you know, that would make too much sense, you know. Okay, so we got it down here now. Priority pass, or Trailblazer pass in this instance, is actually going to connect right here. Actually, so that's would be that. Did not mean to just delete that piece. I actually wanted to select the grid here. Go this way a little bit. Because there's actually quite a few switchbacks at this bottom here. I mean, they're a little bit smaller. Like the switchbacks are a lot smaller here. Oh, it's smaller. How am I gonna do this? Can I make it smaller at that piece right here? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, but I mean, I could just keep it like this. It's gonna go through some. It goes through some switchbacks all the way to the other side here, and then this is where the opening is on the second floor. Do some pretty cool theming. Man, I don't have enough space. Like, it's a lot different. How long have you been live? About 23 minutes. We haven't done too much. And I knew that it was going to throw this at me to where I couldn't go underneath this. Like, I don't see why that is considered obstructed when that's high enough to me. Poop. How am I going to do this now? My coaster's already ruined this. On your break at work. Oh. Planet Coaster makes this very hard to accomplish. Because I have switchbacks that go all the way through here, but they're not like that at all. I still have to make the first level too, and look how much room we have. It's gonna obstruct. Everything's gonna be obstructed. I was hoping to get some sort of layouts here, but I have another idea. I don't know how well it'll work, but if I do that, if I do not that, but go down an extra one, then I feel like we're too low. That's gonna be way too low. Now I'm not going to be able to get this grid, am I? Didn't think so. Get rid of that one. Go this way. Oh, I don't know. Nice facial haircut. I trimmed it, but I didn't really cut it. I cut my hair. Not much of my facial hair, though. I'm thinking about faking this, but I don't know yet. Because I want... Yeah, I might fake this out just a little bit. Might work. We got all these switchbacks back here. Like going through the wall. Because we have more switchbacks over here. Actually, can't see. Here. And that's about right, except that's not. Come on, Planet Coaster, work with me. It's a little, this is gonna be difficult to get this queue line the way I need it. Let me just put it that way. This is going to be a very hard thing to accomplish. Everything's out of proportion. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. It's got me kind of... Anything else new for the 2018 season at SDC? I think they have got a couple of new foods. A couple new shows as well, but not a whole lot besides Time Traveler. But there's just a couple little things here and there, you know. Like, you know, shows. I think there's a couple different foods out there, and during like Festival of Wonder and stuff like that. Festival of Wonder's got a couple different shows than last year, so just some things like that. But overall changes. Also, one other big change pretty much is just Valley Road has moved over, has shifted over here. So Valley Road used to go straight here, but now it goes over to the right here by Time Traveler and connects on the other side. That's how that works. And then the rest is like eating areas and stuff like that for that. So that is one path difference, and roughly that's about it. I don't really think there's any other like major other new things. So, but besides some shows and food. And I think a couple of shops are moving, but that's about it. Besides that, believe everything's about the same. Not any major changes or anything. Again, we're always going to come back and work on Thunderation a little bit, and just kind of make sure it's rolling still, because it's pretty important to make sure Thunderation is here, even though it's going to be like completely completely covered by Time Traveler. Like, Time Traveler has this huge icon that's going in front of pretty much going in front of Thunderation's entrance and exit. So it has this like little icon entrance thing. It's gonna be a giant clock, or it's gonna be like this big clock with gears and an actual functioning clock. It has time travel. It says Time Traveler on it, and it's like covering the front of Thunderation. It's actually kind of funny, because I feel like some people are gonna think that Thunderation's gone. It gets covered up so bad by it. I actually kind of feel bad for Thunderation. But then again, we're probably gonna, Time Traveler's probably gonna give it some, extra, you know, extra guests sometimes, so. As you might have those guests that might come in and go, do I want to wait 4 hours for Time Traveler, or do I want to wait 5 minutes for Thunderation? That's gonna be some people's thought process, you know? Alright, we'll do 2 sets here. I feel like we need to get more of this going. Alright, so we're about to get into the Helix. I'm excited. Can't wait to actually get the Helix nice and supported. It's actually got like a catwalk through the entire thing as well. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we got another section here about to be placed. Up here. Have you been busy the last couple days? I've been working. If I don't post, that usually generally means yeah. Okay, so that's good, and then we would just see if I can move you up, and move you up. You're good. Alright, we got a couple sections of that done. Let's get some footers on this one, and then do our metal sections. Or, I like our steel sections. I'll call them. We get our footers down. It's like building a real roller coaster, piece by piece almost. Will you be still streaming at 8:30 your time? I don't know. It just kind of depends. I stream as long as I feel like I need to. Like, sometimes, there's been times I've ended streams just because of either I wasn't feeling so great or different things like that sometimes. That does sometimes occur. Or when it gets like so hot that I just cannot bear it anymore. I need to open my... Of course I am wearing a hoodie right now, which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. But it's a Time Traveler hoodie. See? Alright, let's go roll this. This little section was pretty easy to put together. I'm gonna be able to throw in one more here. Oh, I need to kind of change you up a little bit. Alright, we'll do the other side and then we'll move on to something else. Always making progress. I'll probably go work a little bit on Echo Hollow just for a little bit. And I'll go bounce to some buildings. Again, I don't really want to move on to another section of the park pretty much until I'm done with this section. Not necessarily done, but like at least until I'm like oh, I don't know. At least I got it until I get it a lot more detailed and a lot of the buildings just kind of in. I was thinking about starting the blacksmith finally today. I know I was going to do that last episode. You know, generally these sort of city episodes, I do kind of make them a little bit longer sometimes, longer than like Time City and stuff. Just kind of always, generally just kind of depends. I've had some shorter episodes, but... Okay, so we did a couple sections on Thunderation. I'm going to go ahead and shed this hoodie real quick, just because it's hot here. Maybe. Let me get the sleeves first. You know what? And I'm gonna open up a window because it's so hot. Okay, get some air circulating through here. That's what we're gonna do. Also, something cool I got was this ocarina, and it has gears on it. It's like a steampunk ocarina. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know many songs, but you know, I have some good. I'm pretty musically inclined because I play quite a few instruments, but. That was just some improv, I don't know. That could have probably been really loud to you guys, so sorry if it was. It's kind of neat though, I like it a lot. It's a really nice little ocarina. Alright, let's go over here to Echo Hollow and see. I'm going to go ahead and start adjusting these because it needs these seats need some adjustments to them, and then we'll pretty much have like the first level done, which will definitely be nice. Get those done. And actually, all I need to do is like move these over a little bit. Since those are already like inside those. One thing I hate is how it's already decided to use the diagonal crap on me. I'm locating these. Not cool, man. Not cool. Alright. Select you. See, if I have that one extra thing selected, it doesn't do it. Or it's just fine. So I guess we'll just select those from now on. It's okay if I do a little bit of rotation on it. Not too much, but I can do a little rotation on it. Oh, I'm so bad at evening these out because this one's sticking out more than that one, and This technically just needs to be in a straight line. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy down. We just want to make the line even. And we just got to do some of this tedious work. Gotta get back to work. Have another break before I'm done. I will check back then. Probably about an hour. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for popping in anyways. Awesome. Alright, again, we're just gonna... We need... Our task is to make these even. That's what our task is. Make these guys straight. Straight down the line. Gotta keep them in line. Again, a little bit tedious work, but nothing we cannot handle. You know? It's just nothing we're not gonna be able to handle. Technically, this is the one I need to select. Thank goodness. That's pretty good there. We want to select the one on the ends, because that's the one that technically goes with it. I think we're slightly diagonal. Looks like I'm gonna have to make an extra piece on this one. Great. Just to do that. Just because it didn't have just enough length on it. And it's one of those small details that you're not really going to notice, but it is there. The detail is there. Okay, so I'm going to rotate this one just a little bit because it is there. Alright, and then the rest of these are gonna be there. Yeah. We're getting there. See, this is one of those tedious parts. And after we get this all aligned and everything, all we'll have to pull out, we can start on the next section. Because there's a bigger section behind it as well. And we'll have to do a little bit more work on the stage. But it's coming together quite nicely. A lot better than I thought it would definitely turn out. Definitely a lot better than I thought it would turn out. Let's put it that way. I was definitely happy that I get to get re-signed on Outlaw Run, though. I'll be back at Outlaw Run tomorrow instead of Time Traveler. Because again, they're finishing up stuff in the station at Time Travelers, so we're not able to train at the this week. A lot of our guys haven't even ran the ride yet. Though we will have all of next week though until opening. Starting Saturday, we should have the ride Saturday, hopefully, according to them. We'll have it Saturday, but if we don't, we'll still have all of next week until opening. Because we're pretty much working until opening, so it'll be fun. Lots of fun stuff, crunch time. And I think they actually made an article where it has been confirmed that we're opening up on the 14th, so we will be opening on time. So Time Traveler is expected to open on time. As long as everyone's training gets done. I haven't even got to train an operator yet. Hopefully be able to get up there very, very soon. But it just felt, it was kind of like nice to be back at where I've been working at for so many years. Don't miss the restraints though. Those were kind of always a little bit of a pain in the butt. We'll just put it that way. Oh, I forgot to reset the screen, Bickle. That's okay. That's something I forgot to do. I was just kind of so paranoid, kind of like, oh, I need to get a stream today. or I need to stream today since it's been quite a few days since I've done so, and now I finally am here, you know. It's really nice to be able to do that. But again, a lot of theming has come in for the ride now, and I have to say, there's going to be a lot of clocks. I'll put it that way. I don't want to reveal too much, but that's about one of the main things. Kind of cool. I don't know, Time Traveler Tuesday was supposed to be today, where they kind of give updates about the ride every Tuesday until opening, so I don't know what was in that update today, but if they've even posted yet about it, which hopefully they have. Okay, I'm gonna call that one just good enough. Okay, so again, you know how I am. I like to jump around in different areas and work on different things. I don't like to spend too much time in the same spot. Otherwise, I go a little bit nuts and crazy. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I know it kind of helps with my patience, so, with building, and that's kind of why a lot of stuff ends up getting kind of scattered around when I do play. So. Okay, so I'm going to bring up some reference photos of the blacksmith, and I do want to try and get the blacksmith started, even if it's just the fence that goes around. Aha, here we are. So the blacksmith is going to go right here. And then there is another building that goes right there that I do not have a photo of at the moment, but we will definitely leave space for it. And this fence goes all the way to... Oh, I do have a little bit of a glimpse of this building at the end here. I guess I do have a glimpse of that building, which it lines up kind of right across from Brown's Candy, so I do have a glimpse of that building. So let's get that building in there, or get it started anyways. It's a pretty simple building. It shouldn't be too hard to build. And it's got kind of like this yellow color to it. So we'll get started on that. And it will be using this texture right here. And it's kind of a yellowish color building. Kind of like a washed out yellow. I actually don't know what building this is. It is Rare Finds. Oh, it's one of the jewelry stores. That's what it is. That's what it is. Never really noticed. I mean, I think I've actually been in there before, so I realize it. Now that I think about it. Anyways. Okay, I don't know how much space is between the bridge and this building. That's my only fear. I don't really think. Let me see if I have... I know I have reference photos of the bridge. Maybe I can scroll through my pictures. If I can find a good picture of the bridge that I took, I might have an edge of it that shows off what is next to the bridge. If it's exactly this building or just a fence, I want to be sure before I kind of commit to this. Alright, there's my bridge picture, but I did not get the end of the bridge that I can see. Darn. I could bring up Google Earth, and that will actually be very helpful. Let's do that. Let's bring up Google Earth here. Google Earth. I actually don't know. I haven't actually opened it on my new PC since I've had my new PC, so I'm gonna have to go find it. Should still be on my hard drive. Oh wait, now what am I doing? I'll just open it up on Google Maps. It's pretty much the same thing. That will work. We'll just open up on Google Maps. Alright, Silver Dollar City. I'm trying to go more based off of my reference photos than anything. But as of right now, when it comes to like locations of stuff sometimes, it's definitely a good idea to use like Google Maps and stuff. Definitely helps out quite a bit. Alright, let's see. That's Riverglass. I need to find there's Valley Road. And there's Brown's Candy. And there's a little bit of gap, but there's no buildings in between, so that's all I mainly needed to know. Excellent. So it's got quite a bit of a gap there, right across from Brown's Candy. And this starts at about right here. So that actually works just peachy for me. It actually works just fine. Right, I gotta find my photo again, because there it is. Okay, so I just want to get this building placed. That way it is ready to go. Whoops, there we go. We're gonna have this building placed down. Nice and neat. Alright, I don't have the other side, can't see the other side of the building, but I'm going to say, it's actually pretty long, like pretty deep back here. I'm gonna say that that's how it goes, because they, right, so it's got a door, the entrance right there, and then probably about, yeah, about 2 spaces back, it's got a taller point up here. I'd say it's about 3. Yeah, it might be 4 or so. But this is gonna go right here, and then there's a roof that goes down, slicing it down the back. But we'll get, we're not here to really work on this one as this building as much until I get a better reference photo of that building. We're here to get this fence along here, and that's gonna help. And then there's also a funnel cake stand that goes right here as well. The funnel cake stand will be about right here. The blacksmith goes about right here. But I'm mainly just going to worry mostly about this fence. That's what I'm going to work on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and... it's a very interesting fence. Like, it's just like logs of wood placed on top of each other. That's literally what it is. So I'm going to see if I go to scenery here. And there's not really a great piece for this. That's the thing. Maybe these might actually work the best, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna use these for sure. These will definitely work the best, hands down. All right, line to surface. And it kind of goes like, kind of starts. There's like a smaller section here. It kind of starts right here. Off inside, because the path kind of oils its way in there. There's actually a little gateway right there first on the side of that building, so we're gonna not touch that. And we're gonna create, this one's actually a shorter fence, so we can use these shorter pieces for it and go from there. Like this section is actually just slightly different. Just in the slightest. It's got about 4 pieces or so. This, I'm actually gonna, let's use it this way. It's not very exact, but it's the best kind of piece that we have right now that will work for this. I will say that. So I'm going to copy you. Let me ask, what do you look like rotated here? Kind of like that. And it's not exact, but I'm gonna try and get a little bit, differentiate how that looks. I'm gonna move these just a little bit closer together, and this is gonna actually be just a little lowered down a little bit, because this is actually, this fence is not that tall. And the only reason why I don't want to make this a building is because I'm gonna want to be able to rotate it in a certain way, if that makes sense. So we're gonna have to make it a non-building, and then this is how it works. It actually goes in between on this next piece of the fence. It'll actually go in between the previous ones. In all honesty, that might still be a little bit too tall, but actually no. Alright, this will put the pathway. Yeah, that'll work. Now this will turn out pretty good. And then the last one literally is like on the ground. And then it kind of goes vice versa. Like, then you'll... the next one will be in between here. And since we're, again, working with some uneven grounds, we're going to want to have these kind of rotated up. I might put just a piece on in between there as well. It's a very interesting fence. I'll put it that way. Alright. So this one will kind of work the same way. Alright, we're going to keep that angle because that's actually a pretty good angle. This is pretty much going to be all the way up here. Like, it goes pretty much all the way up there. Always match it up with the ground to make sure it works the way we want it. I'm gonna slightly rotate it just a pinch and get this up. So I can't wait till this area comes together. Like, we're starting to populate this road quite a bit, but I just need to finish the buildings. That's the main part, because the buildings just kind of have like the front parts of them, and I haven't really placed much of the you know, all the parts of the building. Like, the building isn't enclosed yet or anything like that. That's the main thing that we need to do with a lot of these parts and everything. So we'll work it out. Okay, change angle up. Pinch. The great thing about these is they're allowed to look not great. Because it's over our city. Like, they're allowed to not be perfectly aligned and stuff like that. Because they're not. They're literally like little pieces of wood stacked up on top of each other, kind of in weird angles and different things like that. But it works really well, and it looks good, being the kind of park that it is. So, and you know, this is a very classic area, like a very staple part of the area for Silver City. You know, it's the Blacksmith area. It's really important to make sure this gets kind of done right. Yeah, Brown's Candy. This will be a backstage area that comes all the way back to the entrance. There's a little backstage area that goes there. It's also the entrance to the cave is back here too. So I need to get some better pictures of the hospitality house, because I do want to try and get that done. Again, I want to get from the entrance all the way to Valley Road, kind of really come together, if that makes sense. Really start to look complete, because I want to get it to the point where everyone's just kind of like, wow, that's amazing, you know. That's kind of where I want to get to. People are like, you know, you don't have the park done, but you have this section done, and this section looks amazing. That's what we're going for. All right, that's what we're going for. I think we can accomplish it just as long as we keep building, you know. Like, I want to stay consistent and get a lot of episodes out to you guys and keep on building this. And I know it's been rough through over the last start of the series, but once we get some more detailed areas, it will hopefully, at least I hope, that it starts coming together pretty nicely. Alright, like this, again, this fence kind of goes all the way up and actually starts curling around that spot. I feel like it's a little long, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Again, there's always, even like any recreation, see Outlaw Run in the background, there's always going to be inaccuracies with recreations, whether it's because of the limits of the game that you're playing, or just the fact, it's kind of literally impossible to get it 100% flawlessly perfect, but I want to be as close to that as possible. That is my goal, is to get as close as possible to perfection of the layout of the park and everything in general, Absolutely the best. I'm kind of surprised that we only got two. It shows only 2 viewers for me, but like that's a very low loot. Like the viewers show at least 4, but it says 2, which I'm not buying. Come on, Steam. Not buying that, Steam. Not buying it, man. Unless if 2 are away, maybe it doesn't count those. Maybe. Like I noticed Gunner Parrish is always a viewer on here, and like no matter what. I feel like he keeps this thing on my channel at all times, which is actually interesting. And I know he talks on the channel, so Gunner, if you're actually watching, say something right now. I think it doesn't count people that are away, though. Not saying that he is away, but not saying that they're away, but you never know. I might be able to get a couple of pieces of the blacksmith kind of in. Maybe some of the structures that hold it together. There's like a couple of covered buildings. Kind of, not really, they're not really buildings, but they have like a shop at the top of this hill, so. And then, of course, you got the blacksmith itself, where you can actually watch everything as they make it, which has always been really cool about Silver City, that you can, you can always watch stuff, everything made on Park, they pretty much, you can watch it being made, for the most part. Like the glass factory, right next to it, they have the actual shop, you have the shop, and right next to it they have the factory where they actually make the stuff. Like, it's really cool, like, and a lot of the stuff that's crafted, like the leather shop, they do a lot of it in front of people, and you can actually watch the stuff being made. And that's one charm about Silver City that's been really, really neat. And, personally, me, that stuff doesn't interest me as much as a lot of people, but I just love the fact that they do that, because a lot of people love watching that stuff, Well, they just love watching all that come together. A lot of people might be interested on how certain things are made, and they can kind of learn, watching everyone craft these things. That's why they have the title, they always, the home of the American craftsmanship, That's kind of why. Alright, I feel like this fence is not as long as, I'm making this fence longer than what it actually is. That's what I feel like right now. That's how I feel anyways. Okay, I want to leave room, of course, for I think this is long enough. We'd start curving it around, because there's actually going to be the shop. I want to leave enough room for the shop because it actually goes around the blacksmith spot right here. So it's okay if we're not lined up with we're not lining up. We're breaking off from the pathway, pretty much. That's what we're doing. Breaking off from the pathway. here. Might want to angle it just a little bit more here. As we are concluding this fence here pretty soon. Oh, my phone display turned off. I was looking at that picture. Thank you very much. Alright, we'll put one more. It looks like that connects kind of to the shop that's right over here. So, just place this last one, and then, of course, the blacksmith area will be over here, pretty much. This will connect to that building. Again, the hardest part is always proportions, getting everything as looking as correctly as you possibly can with the space that you're kind of viewing. You know? Okay. So down here, I'm gonna start from this end. So down here, we have this little covered area, and it's got a lot of the pieces and different stuff, just different stuff in general. I'm gonna start building this as best as I can. Again, we're not just building the fence, we're gonna try and build a little bit of the area that is actually present in this. So it's got a wooden post that comes up. Let's actually probably be easier to build the roof first. It's a very, very, very gentle slanted roof. I would say it probably uses, let's try and use this one. I'm gonna go ahead and change the grid size and height down so we can do whatever we want. It's roughly right. It's not exact. It's a little bit, probably just a little bit less pitched, but it actually will work pretty well. I actually need to move that piece, which I will in a second, on the other building, because it kind of lines up with this. I'm trying to get proportions right as best as I can. But it's got about, I'd say, 2 pieces. Is this one? Is this the weird one that doesn't line up? I think it is. Yep. Yep. Okay, it's the same pitched roof, roughly. There we go, that's what I wanted. Maybe create my own custom stuff, so. Now we're gonna go to columns now. And we actually want to level this out properly. Nice and perfect. And this is kind of like a little blue cover. It's got that blue light kind of like a light washed out. Again, everything's like washed out at Silver City, so every color is kind of like a washed out color. Kind of lighter and kind of older feeling. There we go. And that's, again, kind of the idea that we want. I'm going to go ahead and place this on the other side too. And then we need, of course, the piece going across here, which actually is angled the way it is. So I'm glad that worked out the way I was hoping. Then, of course, we have the vertical segments, which I actually want to kind of use the, this might be a little bit thicker than I was hoping. Yeah, we might stick with these. This will work a little bit better. At least I'm pretty sure. And these aren't on the very end, so we're gonna place you just in there a little bit, and they're a little bit further back. There's also another, like, vertical segment going across this way. Interestingly enough. I'm gonna say this one's gonna be roughly same kind of down here. Okay, there's another part that connects to this kind of. We'll get into that. I'm gonna get a wall piece. It's kind of like vertical wood pieces, but we're gonna use you. Use the same color. It's a little bit dark, so it's hard for me to kind of see it. So we're gonna use the slanted piece first up here, because it kind of connects. It pretty much connects to the building here. We'll build these down. Maybe if I can get the right height. If I can get the right height, then we'll be good. And then there's a building that connects. It's the same building, but it's slanted on this part right here. So that's how that's going to work. There's a tree that is right here. I think this is actually going to, proportion-wise, I think this is actually going to turn out pretty decent. So at least what I'm looking at the moment. But we'll see. Then once we get, it will come to life a little bit better once we get some props in there. Should be nice. You guys doing okay? Kind of quiet in that chat there. Don't get too excited. I don't think my chat's been this dead in a while. Maybe everyone's just kind of lost hope since I haven't streamed in a while. Hopefully that's not the case. So I'm just gonna go here until maybe I need to some different pieces there. So I don't want it to go through, but I want that to kind of come together. Actually, I think I need to go about right here. A little bit, a tiny bit inaccurate, but not too far off. Well, after I add those parts, because then there's a nice small piece right here that's angled that connects diagonally this guy. It's same on this other side as well. As we maneuver you over here. There we go. Dun. These actually have more vertical segments. So if I add small pieces, it's not gonna work so well. Unless I used a different thing. So it needs to go straight all the way across. I think I know one piece that might work pretty decently, and that's these guys here. The brackets. I need some really big ones. What's the biggest one there is? Lengthwise, or horizontal-wise. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, now we're talking. Look at this one. It's definitely closer. Okay, so we're gonna try this guy. Excuse me. I'm gonna try this guy. Try this guy out. See exactly how well it works. It actually goes all the way up. See, these are a little bit easier to adjust the height to where we need them. Look at my reference. This will probably be the best option, to be honest. Because we can adjust exactly about where it goes. Oh, that looks great. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like this, but I like how the look's coming out anyways. Texture kind of wise, it looks pretty good. Like, I'm actually very satisfied with that, how that looks, especially for what kind of park it is. Again, it's mostly the only thing that's made this kind of off is because the roof itself isn't as slanted as we have it now. Again, I could have probably done my own custom angled roof, actually, now that I think about it. But I don't know, I just like how it looks, pretty much. It's one of those things that you don't really remember if you do go to Silver City, like this exact building. But, because in my recreation here, I don't want to, like, give it my own pizzazz or anything. That's not something I want to do at all. I kind of would rather keep it as close to the way it actually is in real life as possible. Hey, Gunnar, you're actually here. Awesome. Glad to see you're actually here. I was getting worried because I saw you in the viewer list, but I didn't see you commenting or anything. Sorry I'm late. I've had family over. Understandable. I know how that is. I'm gonna try and get this to the bottom. Don't think it's gonna work. Trying to use different pieces makes things a little bit harder because you have to go like smaller every single time until it kind of fits. But it's okay. This will be good. I don't have to use no money yet. That'll work. Good enough. Teamwork, yes. When did the stream start? About an hour and 17 minutes ago is when it started. So. Alright, so there's two, like, little blocks here. These will actually work fine, I think. And they can act as kind of like an extra support structure. Yeah, look at that. And we'll do the same. Do this one as well. I guess I should have done this one first. That way. Oh, maybe. Haven't been many people chatting if it was over. Yeah, there has not been at all. I just said that it was a very slow, kind of a slower chat. Even when I started talking about the chat, no one was chatting. I was just like, it's definitely been light today. Maybe people gave up on me since it's been like 3 days since I've streamed. People were just like, oh, he's never going to stream again. Which is not the case, of course. I can't select you. Why? Oh, I probably have something selected. Yep. Alright, because I probably had the advanced move tool on something. That's usually the case. Okay, that's turning out okay. That was more slanted than I thought it was. What's up, Joe? Hey! Welcome to the stream. Nuts. Like the hat. Thank you so much. Again, for you that haven't seen it, I have decorated since the last time I got the new goggles in. So we got the little attachments on there. And they're really cool. They actually have some cool things on the side. It has said north, south, east, west, like all that stuff. Put some extra gears, and I also, of course, put the clock on there with the gears behind it. One of my favorite little additions that I added to it. And just a couple of gears here and there as well. Didn't want to overdo it. I thought the clock, of course, was a lot for gear-wise and everything, but it looks pretty good, and I'm very happy with it. And I can't wait. It's ready for opening day. In a couple weeks, so we're getting close. Getting close to that opening week. It's gonna be crazy. I know it's gonna be crazy. Alright, so now it's time to start on the building right next to it. Well, it's technically the same building, but we're just going to get that going here. I'm going to start with, I'm going to do like completely different covers on this, so I'm going to be covering it up with some different textures. And that's how we're going to go with it, along with it. Did you get a haircut as well? I did. That I did. Alright, I just need to make sure this gets lined up with it. Alright, and again, it is kind of angled here. And I would say we'll go about... Wish I could see that a little bit better. About right there. That's a good angle too. Alright, let's get to the roofs. Nice, very good. I got one too. Awesome. It was just getting really ridiculous, like the hair. It looks good with gel in it, but when it's not gel, it's okay. So you know how you're a trainer and a time traveler? Well, my friend just got promoted to be a Railblazer trainer. Awesome. A Railblazer. Definitely had to get a ride on one of those as well. I didn't know if you know, but I'm a little bit more than the trainer. I am actually lead as well. Team lead. There's one person that is higher up than me. He's a senior team lead, but it doesn't take away from my title at all whatsoever. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I need to change the size here because it's just slightly inside here, kind of like so, because there's just a little bit of there's just a little doorway right there. Then I'm going to be replacing all these textures. I don't know this building very well, so I'm just going to close it up at the ends here and just kind of connect these guys, and I think we'll be good. Let me change the height here. But yeah, talking about time traveler again. I'm kind of a big deal around there. I'll put it that way. Kind of a big deal. But for those that didn't know, again, there has been a lot of theming elements starting to come in at TT, so I'm very excited about it. Very much looking forward to it as well. I bet you guys are at the same time. After it opens, I can go nuts with like posting stuff online. Like, it's killing me that it's because I can take all the pictures and videos I want of the ride, but I can't post it anywhere or show anyone online, so or send anything. Because I'd rather not lose my job, so. Because, again, they're still trying to tease it a little bit and everything, so. I want to play Planet Coaster, but I can't, but I want to. Do you have the game? And if so, what's keeping you from playing it? Because that's not fun. Okay, we're going to use this texture. Because this texture will work quite nicely. Actually, I need to extend this out more. We need extensions. We need trims. We need something. Where are the trims? That's not what I need, though. I need... not these. School. Oh. Who needs school? Do you really need to do school? I'm just kidding. Stay in school. Don't drop out of school. Keep school going. Alright, we're gonna change this to the blue. And angle snap. See, I'm gonna try and do my best to complete stuff. Hey, what's up, Freemasons? See you in the chat. Finally, I'm on. My school internet has not been the best lately. That sucks. Stupid school internet. Had the game a whole year before I could play it. My laptop wouldn't let me, so I just sat there staring at me. Oh, that has to be terrible. And all I wanted to do was play it, but I couldn't until I saved up for this desktop. All I could do was play RCT. Oh. Isn't that the worst? That would be the absolute worst, is to have a game sitting there and not being able to play it properly because, you know, your specs don't work with it, and you just have to sit there in anticipation until you can find something that does work. Oh gosh, what did I do there? I thought I had it. Or did it place it on the inside by accident? I don't know if it did. If it did, it's lost forever. I am not digging these fighting textures at all, though. Sometimes if you just like rotate it or move it, it gets rid of them. It's kind of weird. Oh, they're still there. That didn't work. Maybe I can just make this further back. That's an option. Let's just try and move this back and see what happens. Just for all I know, these buildings. I haven't been behind these buildings before, so. Also started. Wish I had an iPhone so I could play RCT3 mobile. Oh yeah, it's true. They do have a mobile version now. Also started a Cedar Point line park called Bayside Amusement Park recently. I think it's shaping up to be my best park ever. That sounds awesome. I think it's coming on Google Play yet. It hasn't come out on a Google Play. Oh yeah, that's right. It's only on. It's not on Android, is it? I built a waterfront GCI, and it looks visually stunning. Sweet. Definitely. I'll have to. Maybe if I could take a gander at that sometime, if you don't mind me seeing it. Maybe next showcase video, maybe. Possibly. Could be an option. This little guy's turning out good. This little guy is turning out good. Okay, now back to this. What I was going to do is get some nice textures going on here. Fully completed New Valley, lights and all. Oh my goodness, gonna have to check that out. Have you updated on Steam Workshop? Because I want to see it. I want to see. Oh, darn phone, I'm not done looking at this photo. Okay, so, Gunner's watching my broadcast. Awesome. From Steam. Okay, so it's got a couple of different like color textures. I'm gonna try and keep it that way, and we're gonna mess around with a couple different like textures here. Yeah, well that works. If you wanted to play RCT, I would get a DVD version for your computer because RCT3 is old and will run on any computer with low specs. I would also recommend getting custom scenery on it too. Yes, that's true. Custom scenery makes a lot of difference. You can really do some cool stuff, even today as well. There's about 80 different custom scenery sets. There's actually, yeah, custom scenery is my favorite website back then. And there's also like a pack that has like almost all the essential custom scenery stuff involved in it. So it's like a mega pack. I forgot what it's actually called, but I think it was like RCT3 custom scenery mega pack or something like that. But it had pretty much everything you needed in there for the most part. Can you see this? I can see it, Gunner, but no one else can. I can see your comment, but no one else can. It's only capturing the game. So Joe, remember when we recorded the 1 hour park challenge thing during the 24-hour? Of course I remember it. Of course I remember that, man. Why would I forget about that? By the way, whoever played with that stupid guacamole song, it flagged my video because apparently that song's copyrighted. This is weird. I'm going back to Twitch. Okay, well, welcome back to Twitch. Heard you like Variable Gaming, Joe. If you've been watching his recent videos, I got some bad news. I haven't watched him I don't like watch him that much, but I like watching. I've watched his other stuff, but oh gosh. Sometimes he had a little bit of temper with Frontier, and I didn't really care for that, but I was just impressed of how smooth he gets some of his coaster videos, what I was talking about, but don't know why. Oh my gosh, now the chat's up here. Oh my god. Intamin Park, yes. Lemon Park. He's not playing coaster videos anymore properly. Well, that's a mistake by him if that's true. I didn't really care, like, I mean, he didn't do like any really good scenery stuff on his rides, so I'm a big on, you know, scenery and stuff. So if he's not playing coaster videos anymore, whatever. I mean, that sucks, but I was never like a huge fan of him in particular. I mean, I enjoyed watching some of his stuff, but like, he had some really good coasters. I'm trying to do a couple different colors here. Trying to differentiate some of these and make them just look a little bit different. I'm so bad. I'm not getting notifications. Always late. Oh man, what's with the notification things? Sorry for getting your video. I couldn't believe that was, and it was funny. I went to go remove song on YouTube, and it literally said you can't do it. I don't know why. Like, I don't understand. It was kind of weird. Oh, it's actually like a, I don't know if it's a door or something here. I might try and see if it works now. It's a remove the song. Maybe it's just kind of glitching out, but it didn't even give me the option to. It's kind of weird. Well, that's okay. It's not all about the money. I mean, it doesn't like flag my video. It just allows me not to make any money on it, which is okay. Yeah, it's not all about it. It's all about the fun factor. I'm just going to this door. That looks actually pretty good right there. Let's do a color door or something. See if I could just have like one half of this, I'd be happy. There's two. I think he's testing for my home park. He's been in full swing lately. When I drove by, I saw some rides testing. Makes sense since the park opens in less than 3 weeks. Yeah, we're already running our rides at SDC, so. Looking forward to this season. Me too. Can't wait to look out for coaster footers. Yes, that's always the fun part, looking out for coaster footers in certain parks. When you see those first set of footers coming in, it's like, oh, what's going on over here? You know? I'm just gonna put this here. Actually will make sense. Alright, and then for these, we can just do some vertical segments. Here. Other streamers play copyrighted music all the time, nothing new. Just need that disclaimer like I do, I don't know. That's not how it works on YouTube though. You can't have it, period. Like, just putting a message up there, it's still gonna flag it. It's still gonna say, hey, that's not yours. So, I just don't mess with it. But and as for, it's not a big deal on, like, Twitch or anything. But, it will mute your videos on Twitch, I know that much. We're just gonna... I spend a lot of time on each building, even on recreations. They're gonna be tricky. I'm trying. Well, I'm trying. See, not even that worked, but that's okay. I don't think that one's gonna be a big deal. Like, I have the smallest piece, so this is always the tedious part that's gonna be kind of difficult to figure out. Cool, more people game. That's true. Nice to see some people watching. I'm actually just gonna... Is this not part of this building? What? Whatever. I don't know what it's doing. Alright, that's pretty good. Agree. Alright, there is a small sign on this, and it should be easy because we can just do theme signs, and I know exactly what sign I can put here. We're gonna use this sign. It's gonna go right here. We're gonna make it more of a brown, dark brown. Nearly black, but not quite. It is going to say, livery, lively. However you say that word. it says. I'm just writing down what it says. What did I miss since the last time I was in? We've been working on, I don't exactly remember when you left, but we've been working, of course, on the we're working on the blacksmith area at the moment. We worked, just kind of built this building because we don't have a good picture of it. We just kind of started on that. And, yeah, we're working a little bit on the blacksmith area at the moment. So, that's about it right now. Good start. Let's get the interior painting because there's like wood chips in here, so I want to make it look kind of like there's wood chips in here, and this is always a good one to kind of do that. And if you do some like blending, sometimes you can kind of make it look kind of cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Like, there's a lot of different, like, props and junk throughout here as well, so don't know how detailed I'm going to go in with that, so yeah, I tried to do my best to make this look like wood chips. I mean, from a distance it kind of does. Ish. Yes and no. There's also, like, a big tree right about right here. So we're going to add that big tree. What would be the best tree for this spot? It's kind of one of those taller tree. Not that tall. Not that tall. Not that kind of tree either. What about this one? That one could work. But it's just a little too jungly. That's the thing. These could work. I could see this one working. And there's a lot of trees around this park. Hills and trees. That's what this park's about. Okay? Just remember, that's what the park's about. Hills and trees. I wonder where the FBI is right now tonight. Just started playing City Skylines for Xbox One. Awesome. Is it really good on the Xbox One? That's something I wondered. That's something I've wondered quite a bit, if it's good on pretty good on Xbox One. I mean, I have it on PC, so. Thunderation. Thunderation. Alright, let's go ahead and do a quick save because I haven't saved in a while. Actually, I haven't saved at all yet for this nearly 2 hours footage that you've been seeing. Actually, I need to do something real quick. No, I don't. Never mind. JK. Going down this hill. This is gonna start coming together soon, I think. It's getting there. Got Brown's Candy Factory. We got the start of the blacksmith area. We still got to build the top area as well. And then we have the bridge that has the horse sounds on it when people go by. And then we've got the glass factory. Hazel's glass. And we got the blown glass factory, of course. And then going down here, of course, will be Thunderation and Time Traveler. Some of these rides going into here. And love Time Traveler's turned out pretty well. It works good. Okay, cool. History teacher started lecturing about China today, and the whole time I couldn't help thinking, Billard's video on the history of the entire world. I feel like I haven't seen that. Whatever it is. I think I have a block section. Yeah, I do. This is turning out. This is gonna be great. I can't wait till this is all done. Like, you have no idea. Once I get all this area a little bit more refined and really starting to come together. Because right now, you know, it's still in a very raw state and a lot needs to be worked on. And I'm not working on it. I keep, like, going around and not working on stuff. I just keep stalling by looking around and talking. Which probably gets annoying, by the way. I bet. Alright. We need to really get more... Let's do more thunderation here again. Can't work on the same area for too long or I start getting impatient. Okay. No ink. And I don't want to get too impatient. When I get impatient, stuff goes not good. Stuff gets rushed. We don't want that. Alright, another section of thunderation. Coming right up. Coming together quite well, and as we head into the big helix section. Yeah, I don't think I would ever see Planet Coaster on console, and if they did, it definitely wouldn't be as good. I don't think. Everything just works better on PC when it comes to like simulation games, in my opinion. I feel like everything just kind of works well, you know. Especially a game like Planet Coaster. Alright, so we're gonna start twisty turning a little bit this way. I just want to get thunderation complete, if you know what I'm saying. Because it's definitely a time-consuming one, mostly because of the custom supports. Just a lot of time consumed from this one ride, just because I want it to look better. Because I want it to look a certain way. It will be worth it in the end. I can guarantee it. I'm just gonna go guarantee it. Thunderation. Alright, let's do another section real quick. I'm determined, man. We're getting stuff done. Thunderation is going down. But no, I would love to just... I want to get area done so... really bad. Not so... I just want to get area done really bad, because at least a section detailed enough to where it's going to be like, wow, you know. And it's kind of like my first test to get all this kind of going and moving in right direction that we needed to. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But no, we're just working a little bit on Silver Dollar City. That's what we're doing right now. We're currently working on Thunderation's supports at the moment. We started on the Blacksmith area and worked a little bit. Well, we kind of didn't really make any progress on Time Traveler, but I wanted to make do something on or work on Time Traveler's queue line, but it's going to be a little more difficult than I thought initially. So don't know exactly what I'm going to do on that just yet. Good. We're good. If they get the controls to work for playing a coaster like City Skylines, then I wouldn't see why they shouldn't put it on console. See, I don't see the need for it to be on console, to be honest. That's just me. I mean, I can get it. People, like the casual gamers and stuff and everything, I can see why, but I mean, if they do it, they do it. I don't really care. I probably wouldn't buy it for console, but that's me. I don't know. I might end up. I might try it, but I don't see it. Just to see how it is, and just because I want to support the game even further. I put my request on the forums though for an extreme spinning coaster by Mock Rides, and an SNS launch coaster like Powder Keg. Just so I can, not just so, I actually really want those coaster models, but it would also heavily benefit this recreation a lot. Can't get any bits. I've been trying. Yeah, I've been a part of the Bitpocalypse lately too. It's been a while since I've been able to get bits. Again, it just depends if anyone's paying Twitch for ads right now. I think that's kind of what it is. And if no one's paying for any ads, then they don't really have many bits to offer. That's kind of how it is. Oh, this one's going to be quite adjusted, but that's okay. Alright, one more, and we'll be caught up with that as the ride kind of prepares itself for this helix. Maybe they can get bigger worlds on... No, they won't. They wouldn't be able to get bigger worlds on console. If anything, they'd be smaller. You can do a lot more on PC than what you can do on consoles. I feel like it'd probably be more limited, if anything. Like, the main stuff's gonna come out on PC. It always does. But I don't see them doing that because it would actually probably be a little bit less powerful on consoles. I mean, they'll optimize it properly, but the PC you're going to be able to have. There's just so much more you can do because the game's made by a computer, so the best things that can play it are going to be a computer. Depending on your specs, of course, and stuff. And you're just a little bit more limited on what you can do on console. In my opinion, if they want to do it, great. They're great for the people that want it on console, but it's just not something I'd be interested in, really. Because PC is just where it needs to be on, you know. Alright, sweet. I'll do a quick save again, because those sections take a lot out of you. Hopefully we can get the helix done sooner rather than later. I don't have to worry about that. After we get the helix done, I'd say if we get to like this point in time right here, we'd probably be roughly around the halfway point for the the supports. It just kind of depends on how often I work on them. See, we've done about this much so far in this stream. And that's about it. Which is not fantastic. Not exactly. I kind of want to ride this again. I'm going to ride Time Traveler one more time. And see exactly. So here we go. I'm actually looking at recreating Time Traveler on No Limits 2 eventually. After I, of course, get more familiar with the game. I don't want to, like, tackle something like this right off the bat, but see if there's any way I can try and get, see, that timing is, like, perfect on that launch. So probably a couple spots I can still smooth this out a little bit. I'm always going to be like fiddling and adjusting different things every so often, like you saw what I did with the Time Traveler's End, or last part, just to make it a little bit more accurate, whatever I can do. There's just the way certain controls work on Planet Coaster. Like, I couldn't play Elite Dangerous on console when all the controls won't fit on my... Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's different. Having a keyboard's way different than having a gamepad or controller, you know. It works all kind of differently. So, we have plenty of room to build a theme park in City Skyline worlds. See, that's just a little bit different, though. You gotta understand a little bit of the programming aspect behind it, because in City Skylines, it's not projecting like thousands of guests in the park either, and it's not like tiny individual pieces, as many tiny individual pieces in City Skylines. So it's not as simple in Planet Coaster to get that to work, optimize it properly, you know. It's just a little bit different, and it's hard to explain, but I'm sure if they could easily make bigger worlds, I'm sure they would, you know what I mean? But gotta go. Okay, thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you popping in. I hope you had a good time. Alright. Anybody excited to ride Time Traveler? Is anyone ever ride Time Traveler this year? Anybody have plans of riding it this season? I'm actually going to try and keep track of how many times I ride it. That's something I kind of wish I would have did with Outlaw Run, but it never ended up doing. Because I never really thought about it, and I kind of want to now. I love this thing. It's actually really cool. I love the gears on it. Just like how cool that is. Oh, awesome. It kind of goes with me. It'll go with me. Let's just really go. Keep track of the number of times you ride Fury. Wouldn't doubt you. Alright, so Thunderation. Come together. let me see. Where do I want to work on now? It's coming together, though. Slowly but surely. It will take a lot of episodes, but it's slowly but surely coming together. Hey, look, there's some guests. What are you doing in here? Why are there just 2 guests in here? Just 2. Do I even have a guest spawner? Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Here they come. I need to do something to kind of spread the guests over to this area, too. I don't know. Maybe I can put... Maybe I can throw booths over here with information field. I don't know if this will attract enough guests. Oh yeah, that's right. Throw them in there because the pathway, the way I have the pathway set up, it's not gonna make that work properly. But there's a bathroom over here, so I'm gonna throw a bathroom over here. Maybe that'll help. Get people over here, maybe? They're actually remodeling these bathrooms this year, which is nice. But they're like just on the inside of here. I'm going to delete that pathway because I don't want that pathway there. I don't want you to connect there. Dagnabbit. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's not a good. That's not a good. I need to edit the building. Just to delete you. 'Cause that was not good. What I need to do is build a path right here. Why do you have that? I don't want you to have that. And then we'll place a bathroom here. I can't remember how these bathrooms are placed now. I can't remember. We'll just place you there. Maybe guests will start coming over here just for a bathroom. You think? It's worth a shot. No one wants to use the bathroom. I can just barely hear the SDC train horn on a windless day from my house. I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. Huh. Did you hear it today? The run is today. Silver dollars in. Oh my gosh, look at all the guests. Try and just get through this the one guest spawner. See, I want to spread them out so they kind of just like use every piece. I need to work more on the bakery too. See, I just need to work on everything. That's why I'm not. That's how I am trying not to advancing. I'm trying not to advance the park anymore until I get more of this area kind of finished up, if you know what I mean. Hospitality house. Where are you guys all going? Is Thunderation open? I don't know if I even have it open. No, it's testing. It's not even open. But the guests are still coming in anyways. For whatever reason. Maybe they're like, hey, he placed a new building. Let's go check that out. Yeah! There's actually a restaurant back here, too. Oh, I hope this turns out the way I hope. Goes Thunderation. Thunderation. What's the top speed on this? Oh, look, I got the max speed exactly correct. 48 miles an hour. Track length is off, though. By, like, hundreds. Huh. I made it longer than what it actually is. The duration is a little over 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's close, not exact, but it's close. It's about 10 seconds off. That's not too bad. Time traveler stats. I know these are going to be off. Duration's 87.9 seconds. Not even close to what. It says it's nearly 2 minutes on the real ride. Which cannot be right, but I don't know. Max speed 58 miles an hour. Again, I had to make it a little faster because we don't have 4 cars per train. We only have 1 at the moment. Number of inversions, it says 4 just because of that turn. It counts it as an... If you go beyond 90 degrees, even on a turn, it counts it as an inversion. So it's counting this as an inversion, which it's not an inversion. I was about to ask what SDC's sister park was. Dollywood, of course. Of course it's Dollywood. Why wouldn't it be Dollywood? Left me for some reason. That's quite alright. I love watching it glide through the track that I've created. As Thunderation kind of slowly glides through its track. I wish we had spinning cars in the game, but we do not. An offer right how it goes through that. Ooh, nice. It looks pretty good. I've learned to make good use of the snap to service the scenery function in the game. Yes, they are definitely helpful. Definitely helpful. I want to, like, when all the theming gets done and everything, I really want to try and really theme up the inside of the building. Again, it's gonna be hard to get the layout. I can't fit the layout properly of the queue line in there very well. Everything's just kind of out of proportion, which really kind of sucks. See, and then you'd unload from right here in real life. Obviously not right now, but yeah. Still okay. Ooh, yeah. It's actually blue. It's hard to see that it's blue, but it's blue. Blue. And then, of course, I just love the clock. I thought that was a cool idea, and I think it's so cool. It's so cool. And, of course, I got my feathers glued in there. And I love the goggles. Goggles are kind of so nice. So cool. Aren't they nice? Aren't they cool? Also have like the pocket watch chain going across, which is a kind of neat little thing too. I want to look good opening day. At least that's the hopes. Hopes I look good. We'll see. I have nearly 1,000 guests in the park, and nothing's even open. These people are crazy. I don't know what they're doing. I really have no idea what these guests are doing. Maybe it's the Vista points. They're just like, look, there's a roller coaster. That we can't ride because it's not open. Sorry, guys. It doesn't open until March 14th. I don't even know what all these people are doing here. We're not open. Crazy guests. Crazy. There's some people going on this side. Hey, that kind of helped spread them out a little bit. Yay! See, when I get like guest relations in and stuff, I definitely need to add stuff like that as well. Kind of spread them around this area at the same time. I might make this fake because technically you do have to walk all the way around. So I might actually get rid of this pathway and actually build a fake pathway. It's coming to winter chill. There's no winter chill out at Sword City. This employee is still just sitting here going, why do I work at this place? I'm so tired. Energy and happiness are all the way down. How have you not quit yet? You know what? You don't need a break. Oh, someone's actually sitting at the... They're just sitting here. Awesome! That's actually fun just to see. Oh, you're gone. And where are you going? Don't go through the walls. That's not where you're supposed to go. I love how that works. I love seeing people on it. On the paths. And kind of like my own custom made paths and stuff. I'm actually really happy with how this floor turned out. I might use that a lot more often. Oh man, I have quite a few gaps there. I didn't notice. It's okay. It's alright though. Let's write thunderation. There we go. Look, we're all supported through this turn until we get to the helix. And we have no supports now. We're just floating. Isn't that great? And in the tunnel. Bonk. So it still needs some adjusting, of course. Now I had to adjust the friction on this coaster quite a bit. We're underground. And up the chain lift. Man, I'm getting over 70 frames a second right now, and there's like 1,000 guests in the park. That's pretty good. I know this is the point where I'd always look back and looking at Time Traveler. That's the only reason why I'm riding this ride, is to look over at Time Traveler and its construction. Hey, look, I can see the giant swing way over there. Probably when I'm done with the park, you probably shouldn't be able to see any of those rides anywhere. All you should be able to see is trees. Should be. Alright, and then you go kind of like sideways, and then you got this nice little drop turn back. Gets you back to the station. Welcome back to Thunderation. Welcome back, Thunderation Riders, or whatever it's like. Hey, exactly 1,000. Look at that. Perfect timing. Exactly 1,000 guests. And I can't imagine how many guests I'm gonna get after the park's actually completed with open rides. I'm getting 1,000 guests and nothing's open. I mean, sure, I have a couple of stalls, like this info booth that an employee's not even working at right now. Let's see, a bathroom outside the park entrance, and a couple of Vista points. That's all we have right now. But hey, if that's more, if that attracts people, then that attracts people. Let's do another section of TNT track here. And, I'm gonna try and do a little extra Thunderation track work, because I know it's not fun to watch, or probably not as fun to watch, but it's something that I need to get done, that I'm kind of just been lollygagging on. Them just kind of like, you know, every so often do a section, but it's not enough progress. We need to get more of it done. Like, maybe I should just dedicate a whole entire episode of trying to work on Thunderation's custom supports. I mean, that would be a boring episode. Again, I don't have a lot of patience, so who knows how well that would actually work. Don't have the greatest patience in the world when it comes to custom supporting. But the end result will make up for it. I hope. I mean, it's looking good. So I don't see why not. Why not? Alright, we're about to finally hit the helix, guys. This is like the highlight of this entire ride, in my opinion. In my opinion, the helix is the best part of Thunderation, by far. Where it goes under the tunnel, because it actually feels like it's got some pretty decent speed going through that tunnel and stuff. Alright, let's do another section here. And this helix has got a catwalk on it the entire way as well. Like the entire helix section does. It will all come together hopefully soon. It was like, for the longest time, not working on anything, so we just need to get back to work and we need to stop making excuses. I need to stop making excuses. You guys aren't making any excuses. I need to stop making excuses and actually work on this. We just need to do it. stuff has to get done. Again, I'm going to try and, like I have lately, just keep pumping more of these Sword Art City episodes out. So, again, I think it's going to be multiple hundreds of episodes before we actually get remotely close to finishing this recreation, but just because of the amount of detail I want to try and put it in. I'm gonna have a fun time recreating Carolina Gold Rush or Armine, trying my inevitably recreate Carowinds. Are you gonna do custom supports like me? Because that's what I've been doing. It has 2 wooden tunnels and everything. And tunnels are always be a bit of a pain sometimes. We've made some good progress on these supports on this episode, though. I'm just gonna keep on going here. At the moment, we're gonna keep driving. My goal is to try and get terraforming as best as I can, and the rides, the pathways, everything with the park. It's one of the most difficult tasks probably to do in a park like this. It just kind of complicates things a lot. Alright, we've done quite a few sections here, actually. I think I've done, like, all of this right here, which is awesome. So glad that we're getting stuff done. Kind of. Do I really get stuff done, though? That's the question. Do I really get stuff done? Or we'll do another section here. Don't know how many I'm gonna do right now, but we're being productive. Okay, we're being productive. Production. Okay. How are we to the highest point on this yet? I'm running out of supports here. Even my block's showing now. I can't have my block showing. It's okay. We can always adjust. Which is what we're going to have to do. I actually need to make some more cross beams towards the bottom. So we're getting quite a bit of separation between the ground and the supports at the moment. Actually need to fix that over there. Oh, I'm editing this one. What are you doing? Okay, I do need to come over to this one. This one got separated from that, so raise you up, raise you up. You're good. You're good. Alright, I'm going to see if I can't just copy these down to the bottom. If there's enough space, we'll add another cross beam here. And again, it does get wider just a little bit as we go down. So we're going to have to adjust these guys more to the edge. So I'm just going to get rid of these fighting textures here, because I hate fighting textures. Ugh, do I hate fighting textures. Okay. See, if we do this now, it'll be easier so we don't have to do it on like all the other ones that we wanted to do it on. Because that can become quite a bit of a nightmare on it, quite honestly. Alright, so I'm able to just do that. Excellent. But these still have to come down just a little bit further. Oh, that was some really nasty fighting textures there. Did you guys see that? Man. Some nasty fighting textures. We ain't gonna do that. Now let's get these guys down here. No more excuses. We're gonna get some work done. I still need to advance the metal parts still. Work. How far back are they? Okay, not as bad as I thought they were. We need to advance these guys. Okay. My goodness. Gotta make you steeper. I'm not as worried about detailing these metal pieces as bad because they're just there for that extra layer of detail that is not probably going to be noticed as much. This is what I'm trying to say there. But it needed to be included because it's there. If that makes sense. Oh, we got another side to do still. This is like the icing on the cake when it comes to placing these guys. These are the guys that are these ones. These things are kind of like the killers right now. Kind of makes me go, But I'm the one that started this mess, so I'm gonna finish it. Because I noticed that little detail and I was like, huh. Well, that's going to be hard to do through the entire layout. But we're going to get it done. As long as we keep the way that we're going right now, people are just going to go, I can't believe you took that much time just to add these supports. Pretty much. Where'd the music go? It's probably shut off because of the stupid thing doesn't like to continue to play to the next thing anyways. There it is. Thanks for letting me know that it's quit. I can't wear my headphones, so I never know when it goes out when I'm wearing my hat. But I just want to wear my hat. I don't have to, but I love my hat. But it's causing me to miss stuff like music. And also like events too, like bits and stuff. By the way, we haven't gotten a single bit in this stream, which is surprising. Stupid bitpocalypse is going on, I know it is. I know that bitpocalypse is happening right now. Oh, that's it. That's it right there. For now. Yeah, we're started on the helix. See, we just got started on the helix. Hate the darn bitpocalypse. Bitpocalypse. This is why I've racked up so many. I'm trying to save up as many bits as possible so I have, like, a ridiculous amount. Because I like cheering larger amounts. I don't know what to work on. I mean, I can work on this, possibly. It's a possibility. Hanas! You need to get actually a stall in there. Something we need to do. But we have not done. We're going to be using a lot of curbs. Oh my gosh, that didn't even have those all the way down to the ground. How dare me. There we go. How could I? Ah. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be a pain in the butt, aren't you? Yep, you're gonna be a pain in the butt. How is that? No. There we go. Finally. Just wanted to create a little bit of a side. See? Progress. A little bit of side there. Of that. I need to get more of the square done. I need to get some good reference photos of the gazebo. That's something I have not gotten. I'll get some more tomorrow. Definitely get some more reference photos tomorrow. Let's work a little bit more on Blacksmith here. Alright, we got Shad's Forge. Does that connect? I think it does. Yeah, like that. So I gotta use this area for that. Okay. So the fence ends here, and then we have a building that comes in over here. Hey, thanks so much for the 5 bits. Better than nothing. I'll take it. I'll take anything at this point. Again, I forgot to reset the bit goal from last time, so those are technically the first of the stream. So yeah, here's the first bits of the stream. Good job. Okay, so there is Blacksmith building here. Wouldn't let me watch more than one ad. Yeah, I think the Bitpocalypse is kind of happening right now. But hey, I'll take it. One ad's better than none. I suppose at this point. It's alright. I'm gonna go 3 over here. We're definitely gonna use a lot of curbs to kind of help us keep guests away from sections that we don't want them to be in. That's going to be what we're going to try to do anyways. So it's doing it in a way I don't want it to do it. Let's create a path all the way through there. Not really what I'm trying to accomplish. still need the swinging bridge, which I'm looking at, and ooh, it's gonna come across here. I'll make sure I get that right, though. We'll do whatever we can to get that right. We'll try. I'm determined. The rest of the blacksmith is... There's just one more part here that kind of like the main part where you kind of watch, where you're able to watch them work, and that's gonna be right here. It's kind of a, I don't know. It's a roof, but can't tell. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. But we're doing pretty awesome right now. Getting some stuff done. Working a little bit in the blacksmith area here for Silver Dollar City. The only building that we haven't really started on in this section is the funnel cake stand here that goes right here in between the Brown's Candy and right here, and then we have candy open right there. The candy gate, as it's called, sometimes called candy gate. I'm good, awesome. Glad to hear that you're good. Sweet. But I love how I got a 1,000 guests in the park, and I don't have a single ride open right now. I wonder if I can get an accurate amount of guests throughout the park when I do finish it eventually. That would be neat, because a busier day is typically, I think the busiest day we've ever had is about 25,400 something. So that'd be a lot of guests in Planet Coaster. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that many guests in a Planet Coaster in one park, but maybe we can accomplish that. Maybe we can break the record for most guests in a park. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. If it is, that'd be awesome. We could definitely go for it. Because look at our park rating, 717. I don't have the rides open, so it would probably be more. And we're not even close to getting details scenery-wise. That scenery rating is 588 of that 717. The rest is just happiness. Guess happiness. Okay, so more reference photos here. I might be able to work on this building just a little bit, at least from this angle. So I'm gonna move. I was gonna move these guys. I think I might be able to. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I just wanted to make this just a little bit lower. It's not that high. So, make that a little bit lower. I'm gonna move it. Here's my thing to start changing things. It's not mine. Here we go. Oh, you got like something, I guess. Whatever. Alright, we'll make this go about here. It's got a bit of a different texture at the bottom part, so I'm going to try and implement that in there as best as I can. Like, this base part is kind of like this, and it is the same exact color. Kind of. Not exact, but it's a little bit more yellowy. No, went the wrong way. Yellow. I'll take that. Okay, so this is going to be the base of the building, in a way, so that will be cool. Just saw the title. New TPR post. How spinning is a time traveler? My reaction was that we already have first-hand account of it. Yeah, it's already. Yeah, it doesn't spin that much. It's true, but it does not spin hardly at all. You got me. Okay. I'm your insight, I guess. Insight of kind of how spinning it actually is, which is not hardly at all. Like, I don't think it's gonna make people sick, like a lot of people are thinking. Like, it's not that bad. I think people are getting that wrong, for sure. That's my opinion. Everyone thinks it's an uncontrollable, at least GP anyways, thinks it's just an uncontrollable spin of death that SDC is creating. But that is not the case, so fear not. It's actually just going to be really fun. Actually has a piece like this. It's got one of those corner-ish pieces that I cannot find the proper one to. Wait a minute. Yeah, kind of like this. Okay. Okay. I'm actually gonna move you, because you actually hang over quite a bit. Excellent. 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 Alright, might do that. Maybe I should go more gentle here. Let's see. I'm gonna do more gentle. What was the most GP thing you've heard at work? Oh man, I don't even know where to begin. Like, that's a hard one to think about because of some of the stuff I've heard. I mean, one of the most common ones is Thunder Nation. What was the one we wrote earlier? Thunder Nation. That is one of the biggest common ones. People thinking pronouncing Thunder Nation, Thunderation, Thunder Nation, which, like I just did right there. Oh gosh, it's actually really funny, but there's a lot of different things. I've heard Kumba be called Kumbo. That was one of the more recent ones. Hydro T says Outlaw Run ? What about Outlaw Run? What about it? Alright, this one kind of hangs out. Oh, it hangs over. Maybe I can move this. To hang over just a little bit. I don't know. Trying. I'm just waiting for the people that go and ride Time Traveler are going to come up to us and say, so when did they take out Thunderation? Because literally our icon that's going to say Time Traveler, it's almost like the entrance spot for it, covers up Thunderation's entrance and exit. It pretty much is going to cover it up, so you can hardly even see Thunderation at all. And I'm just kind of like, oh, poor Thunderation. Poor Thunderation. No one's going to be able to see them anymore. Like, it's just being covered up completely. It's actually kind of sad. I'm just gonna go. When in doubt, just use the most gentle roof pieces. Oh, is this the incorrect piece that is not going to work properly? Yep, that's what I thought. So we can't use that one. We gotta use this one. Again, I only got one angle of this building, so I gotta get another angle later on. Or a better angle of it later on, so we can do the other side of the building a little bit more accurately. But as of right now, this is what we got. This is a jewelry shop. Don't know why I couldn't find the wording for that. It wasn't very hard to think of, actually. So, whatever. Jewelry shop. Gonna do the basic shape of this building. Oh yeah, we're not like even at all. I was looking at that reference photo. Thank you, phone, for just shutting it off. Have all the reference photos. Ew, don't fight. Fighting no good. Okay, you're pretty acceptable. I'll accept that. Everything's just like so off. It's hard to get stuff. Ah, crap. No. Alright, you're not fighting. Good. Sometimes it's hard to get that fighting texture thing going. Because they like to fight anyways. Ah. I didn't think about this. This little guy right here is going to be a little pain in the butt. But that's okay. We'll adjust and just, I'll let it slide this time. Alright, there's some windows up here. Just some simple windows, too. Not even complicated. They're literally just the simplest windows ever. And, like, that's all there is to them. We can just use these guys. And there's a line of about 5 of them. I can put one there, there. And I'm going to put them in the center here. There's a little bit. Let's see if I can't get a little bit of hangover on these guys. There's actually quite a bit of a hangover, so that works. And then we can go to like roof. No, it's wall decorations. I believe it's wall decoration. It's maybe. Maybe. Oh, that's actually interesting. It's more like just boards. Interesting. But that's what it is. So that's what we're gonna do. Angle snap needs to be on though. Yeah. Get you this way. And we'll make you that. It's also the yellow. He's got some interesting stuff going on. at Silver Dollar City. Alright, we're gonna even these out as best as we can. Pretty evenly through the whole thing. Let's say maybe one more in between might actually capture that detail that we want on this building. Just maybe. It's pretty decent. And there's actually an end piece that looks like it's kind of like right by this one. It goes down the side here. Kind of like this. Which is awesome. Because why not? Copy it to the other side too, because I'm sure it'll be the same. I don't know if it hangs off the end as much as I have it, but if not, we can adjust that as well, of course. And that's pretty good. There's a little round sign sitting right there. I'm gonna try and go ahead and work you in where you need to go. Okay, maybe. Ooh. You're gonna be... You know what? I'm just gonna use pieces because there already is some boards that actually will work well with that, so... We can actually adjust thanks to how it's actually built anyways. That's gonna give me an issue. Not on this side, though. Of course not. That side is nice and beautiful. And we're working on some terrainy hills too, so we gotta keep that in mind. So making the entrance to these are always a little bit different or difficult sometimes. Especially if you want to make it enterable and functional, which I'm going to try and make these as real as possible, or usable as possible. I know a lot of people have asked me about interiors on some of the buildings, maybe some buildings, but probably not all of them. I probably won't do too many interiors. If I do, it'll only be a few specific ones. Particular, maybe a couple gift shops on some of the rides, or so, something like that. You never know. So that could work out. But we do have a door here, entrance. I'm gonna use this one. This one works the best, I think. Yeah, and it's got some stuff around it, so make you and put you in the center. It's got some boards around it. So we can do it. We can do it. I'm gonna go either side here, and then what you're gonna use. go on top here. I want to roughly get the same color. Roughly. Oh gosh. Can't find this color. Especially for this wood piece, because it's like a different thing. Wait a minute. Got it. I can do this. Yeah. Of course. Works pretty well for me. Alright, we got some. I'm doing some. As much as detailing as I can on this building, and then we'll get some better angles and work on it later on. But I'm gonna do as much as I can with what I have, what I can see, and hopefully it'll be good enough. Okay, that's a good color right there. What we have is the jewelry store. This is Rare Finds Timeless Jewelry. It's the name of the building. Name of the store. Shop. Whatever you want to call it. That's what we got. In fact, I'm going to put the sign on here. It's got one of those small round signs that we can use. It's actually more circular than that, but might be the best thing we have, so I'm going to use it anyways. Get more of a brown color around it, kind of like that. The background is more of a, yeah, like that. And then custom text. That's not going to fit on there. Finds for now. For now, anyways. And we'll change the text to blue. It is, yeah. Blue. It's got white outline, so not exactly the same, but works for right now. We might change it if we can, but minor details like that, we'll just keep it like that, so. There's a tiny little sign that says welcome next to the door. Okay, I guess we can do the outline on that, and that's about the last detail I'll probably be able to do on this building at the moment. At least for right now. Pretty much we're going to be using these guys. Look at that. Yeah. Just like it fits just like a glove. So I'm going to do this. I will do this. Did you? Looking good so far, thank you. Looks good, but we can't just have it looking good. We have to make it look believable, like it's the same building. Of course, you may or may not know what this building looks like, so. But we're trying. And that's all that matters. So it's got this that kind of connects to this piece, And we're going to turn off angle snap so we get the correct angle to reach both, kind of. Again, this is the last detail we can do for this building right now, because I don't have the reference photos for it, and I highly doubt I'll be able to find any online, for sure. I'll go over to the other side, I guess for now. I can't do much, because I don't have a good view of this side. Picture is looking at this side, but I was mainly capturing the blacksmith stuff. I wasn't focusing on this building, so. But that's a rough start for that building. And it's looking pretty good, actually. Pretty good, I'd say. Like, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, resume. Nice, nice, nice. 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 Just, it's nice. Hospitality house. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good of what we've been doing lately. And staying within the area, you can actually start to see the pathways start to get populated with buildings and everything. And it's looking a lot better, looking better and better with each and every episode, because we're getting more and more filled. I'll definitely need to take a couple more reference photos of the square. That's one of the main ones I need to get reference photos of. Excuse me. And then the funnel cake stand is definitely one of them that also needs to come in. So a couple more buildings that we have not done yet, at least on this road, is this funnel cake stand that goes here. We need to finish up these two buildings. We need to finish up those buildings, and then next to Thunderation we have the bathrooms that go there as well that are currently not built. So we have bathrooms that go there, and Time Traveler has its entrance and exit that also need to go in as well. And they have their merchandise shop building, which I can also get reference photos of as well if I need to, which I will probably do shortly. Kind of want to wait till everything's completed though before I get a reference photos on those. But I don't want to go any further than this until after the new Valley Road is opened up and everything. So, in that regard. So, yeah. The Time Traveler's looking good. Thunderation's gonna start coming together hopefully pretty soon after we get some more supports on it, which we got quite a bit. We got probably about. My cursor is going right now. Park is looking great, Joe. Thanks. Again, we're not even close to finishing this area, but this is a pretty good chunk of the park, though. I think, in terms of how big the park is, this is a pretty good big chunk. And if we can get this section all kind of finished out here, where we are right now, including the back area sections, and then I do want to start eventually on the cave as well. I don't want to try and get that, but saw the new Time Traveler video about the spinning on it. It was pretty good. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out myself. So I'm actually coming to an end right now on the stream. So I hope you guys are doing an amazing job. I know the media has been down there a couple of times at the ride. So our media day is actually the March 13th, the day before opening. And I actually have to work that day in costume, so that'll be fun. But yeah, we got. I'm pretty satisfied of what we've done so far at the moment. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we have a lot more to come. So we're just gonna keep on building and get this. Me's been all over the ride. Hope you have a good rest of your night, Joe. You too, Gunner. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It's been fantastic. Been a lot of fun. And again, a lot more Silver City coming, more Time City coming, and we'll have some more Golden Valley episodes rolling out hopefully pretty soon too, because a lot of people have been wanting Golden Valley back very desperately, which I agree, it needs to come back. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and well, if you're watching on YouTube, comment, like, and subscribe. But if you're signing off, I'll see you later. All right, thanks so much for joining, guys, and make sure you guys have a great day, even cooler tomorrow. And thanks so much for joining. We'll be back hopefully tomorrow. Just kind of always kind of depends on the schedule. It's kind of rough right now, but a lot going on, and just trying to get a lot of stuff done. So, but I'll see you guys next time. Thanks and goodbye. I will tip my hat to you.